Ukrainian defenders repelled a huge Russian assault in the Kupiansk direction. Russia launched 76 aerial threats on Ukraine in a massive strike. Nearly 44% of Ukrainian children show signs of post-traumatic stress disorder, though the number is likely to be higher. Hi, I'm Zhenia Melnyk and this is United 24 Media. 125 UAVs attacked an ammunition storage near Volgograd city, with multiple drones spotted over at least 6 other Russian territories, reported the Russian Ministry of Defense. Unmanned aerial vehicles were sighted in the Belgorod, Voronezh, Rostov, Kursk, Krasnodar regions and over the Sea of Azov. A stockpile of recently transferred Iranian missiles were targeted in the Kotluban settlement of Volgograd region on September 19th, confirms the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. A Ukrainian soldier successfully neutralized a Russian T-72B3 tank using a Javelin anti-tank missile system. This was reported by the commander of the National Guard, Alexander Pivnenko. The serviceman from the 15th Karadag Brigade struck the tank with a precision that demonstrates the effectiveness of the US-made Javelin system. The incident took place in the Pokrovsk direction. To follow the latest news from Ukraine, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Russian forces launched a massive missile and drone attack in the early hours of September 30th. Ukrainian air forces detected of total 76 aerial threats, of which 68 were eliminated, including one Ha-59-69 missile and 67 drones. The attack was repelled in several Ukrainian regions, including Kyiv. According to the preliminary data, no casualties or destruction were reported in Ukraine's capital. New statistics show a record-high number of Shaheed-drones launched by Russia throughout September targeting Ukraine. According to the numbers crunched by a Ukrainian monitoring channel which has over 2.5 million followers, Nikolaevsky Vanyok, there was not a single night during this month of September that did not have an Iranian-sourced suicide drones targeting Ukrainian territory. Of the 1,331 Iranian UAVs launched by Moscow, around 1,000 were shot down by anti-air defense forces. The Ukrainian defenders also successfully intercepted 17 of the 20 Ha-type missiles and all 3 Iskander-K cruise missiles. At least 14 civilians were injured when Russia attacked the city of Zaporizhzhia with guided aerial bombs on Sunday. 1 residential building and 15 private houses in 3 districts of the city were destroyed. Over 15 other buildings were damaged, reported the local authorities. According to the head of the regional administration, Russian troops struck the city more than 10 times.
There was a fire outside, the cars were on fire, something exploded. I helped my mom as best as I could. I asked people for help to call someone because I didn't have a phone anymore and my laptop is probably gone too. I have nothing left.
The United 24 Media team, who are now working in the Donetsk region, showcased the result of Russian troops attacking the Pokrovsk area. In particular, Russian forces hit a private house in a nearby village.
So we're in the village of Shevchenko, near Pokrovsk, in Donetsk Oblast. Behind me, you can see that a house was just literally maybe an hour or two ago blown away, potentially by a cab or something, or some bombs. It's still unclear, and apparently everybody's alive.
Entire home. Here's one half, there's another, the whole house.
Will you try to extinguish it?
What do you mean extinguish? I tried. This fire. I tried putting out what I could after it blew up. Brought some water here. I have my sister's house near here and her husband's as well. Then the grass caught fire and I put it out, but I couldn't do anything here where the flame already consumed everything.
You can see that Russians keep attacking civilian infrastructure, civilian houses in this place, in this oblast, where basically they're closing in, especially around Pokrovsk. And that's something that might happen more and more often. Alexander Kerry for United 24 Media.
Nearly 44% of Ukrainian children show signs of post-traumatic stress disorder. These numbers were released in the recent study of Olena Zelenska Foundation, reported British media ITV. At the same time, mental health charity Beyond Conflict estimates this figure could be as high as 80%. In total, approximately 10 million Ukrainians may experience varying degrees of mental health issues, reported the World Health Organization. Data from the Ukrainian Health Ministry shows that about 300,000 individuals sought help for mental health issues in the first 7 months of 2024. Among them, almost 42,500 were children under the age of 17. After the presentation of the Ukrainian victory plan in the US, teams from Kyiv and Washington will work to fulfill every step, reported President Zelenskyy. Last week, he visited the US and met with both the Senate and the House of Representatives. The two parties, Republican and Democrat, were present to discuss the ongoing support of the Ukrainian war effort. Later, he visited the White House, where President Biden announced a new massive support package.
Right now, we have to strengthen Ukraine's position on the battlefield. And that's why today I'm proud to announce a new $2.4 billion package of security assistance. I've also directed the Pentagon to allocate all the remaining security assistance funding that has been appropriated for Ukraine, period, by the end of my term, which is January 20.
After that, the president met with Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris to present the victory plan and affirm the strong bilateral relations between the two countries.
As I have made clear on our 6 previous meetings and throughout Putin's brutal aggression and war against Ukraine, my support for the people of Ukraine is unwavering. I've been proud to stand with Ukraine. I will continue to stand with Ukraine.
Vice President Kamala Harris also pointed out that any behind-the-scenes talks of ending the war with Russia resulting in giving Moscow temporary occupied Ukrainian territories will not be tolerated by the United States. Zelenskyy stressed the importance for Kyiv to be on the same page as Washington and work in total congruence with its partners in a meeting with Donald Trump in New York on September 27.
We had a very good meeting, very productive meeting, and relationship is absolutely, I would say, fantastic. It's great. And I think a lot was learned, and it will all end. It'll end for everybody's benefit.
Following the meeting with former President Trump, Zelenskyy gave an interview to Fox News discussing the pressing matters of unified support from the United States.
I had meetings both in Utah and Pennsylvania. I had meetings with people, ordinary people. Yes, there have been politicians from both sides, but we need both support, bipartisan support. And what is very important, I was thankful, both sides, I was thankful to ordinary people who helped us very much.
In the US, Zelenskyy also participated in the United Nations General Assembly and Security Councils, as well as having meetings with foreign leaders on the sidelines of the high-level week. Ukraine is now preparing to take part in the upcoming Rammstein leader-level meeting in Germany on October 12th, hosted by President Joe Biden. Ukrainian forces repelled a huge Russian assault in the Kupiansk direction. The footage was released by the Achilles Battalion of the 92nd Brigade. The Russian mechanized assault in the area of Pishana involved more than 50 pieces of heavy equipment. However, Ukrainian defenders inflicted critical losses before the Russian forces approached their position. According to the statement, this was the largest offensive their battalion had to repel. This is it for today. We are United 24 Media. Thank you for being with us and see you on Wednesday.